Hello, I'm Jack and welcome to the second of my 4 videos on Vietnam. So we flew down from Hanoi to Da Nang via Vietnam Airlines, got to the city, vibrant, modern, young, but didn't hang about there, went off for lunch. And then once we had lunch, we went up to the top of the Marble Mountain, which is a Buddhist complex, and Vietnam is predominantly Buddhist. So what we're going to show you now are lots of the Buddhas that were there. The original Buddha was a prince who gave up his throne. He saw the suffering of his people. He realized that you had to give up worldly possessions, and if you were going to be reborn, you had to get to nirvana, a state of mind. If you did that, you'd be reborn without suffering. So lots of people can do this, but you've got to go through all the stages, and that's why there's so many different depictions of the Buddha. It's very unlike our idea of one God that created the whole universe. And you can see here all of these, plus they've got some protectors in their temples. Here's one of them, he's looking very fierce, and another. The other thing is that it's one of the religions where women are just as high regard as the men, so that's very good to see lots of women Buddhas as well as more traditional Buddhas, even a few frauds around. Yes, there's one, there he is. But there's a more traditional Buddha, and great ears and a great backdrop for photographs, so we took full advantage of that. There's a couple of nice shots of us there, and then as well as Emma and George at the gateway and myself at the gateway, so good photo opportunities for TV and the girls. Then we went on to Hoi An. Hoi An is both an ancient city and a tourist city, and it's worked out that it can use Vietnamese lanterns to its benefit, because the combination of lanterns, light, water, reflections just looks beautiful, and everywhere you went the place was lit up and looking sparkling. The lanterns, traditional lanterns, are even inside the restaurants, and here we are at our main meal, which was very nice. Next day, a Chinese temple, I think Confucius is a moral code more than a religion, and you can see that this place was very, very richly decorated, and had on the ceiling the incense coils. If you can look carefully, you can see that they're dedicated. Dedicated to Singapore Airlines wide-body jets, but it was quite something. And then out onto the street again, going along as a group. There's TV at the front, and on to a next house about a moral code, and this is a communist leader's house, a friend of Ho Chi Minh, and it's very much set up as a shrine in their memory and for their achievements. More lanterns. The next place is Japanese, so you've got a real kind of melting pot here, and a Japanese bridge across the canal, yet another group photograph, and then inside they've got these weird kind of monkeys and dogs, and I don't actually know what that's all about at all. But yes, look, another nice photograph of the girls. The boats, well, the boats have all got eyes on, so they can see what's going on. Now, Vietnam might be communist, but there's a thriving market economy, and the market there is bustling, and these guys are doing what any good trader tries to do, to sell their goods at the maximum price. And it bodes well, I think, for Vietnam's future, that it's so entrepreneurial. I think you can buy pretty much whatever you want. And this guy's off the market, and this guy's posing for a new suit, and Emma's wrestling a poor girl. No, actually, she's being measured for a suit as well. There's a few touristy things there around the place, but we were more interested in the noodle house, and look at that, 3 different delicious noodle dishes, and even a map to explain the noodles for you. By the time we got out, the lanterns were out and lit and on the water, and this is our guide here. He took Antonia and Faye and myself, and that's a nice photograph, and it was a very, very nice trip indeed. We had little lanterns and little...
Me? Okay.
Chances.
Did you wish? Did you wish?
Okay.
Now, you might think that was all a bit naff, but it wasn't. It was actually delightful. A very, very happy time there on the water. We came back, the lanterns were still on, but it was starting to get late, so the boats moored, reflections on the water, and we finished off with another delicious meal and another good pose. Now, next day, this is another market. Yes, we're going there with Jam, who's going to teach us how to cook Vietnamese food. But before we cook it, we have to go and buy it. So we went to her local market, which is full of fresh produce that you can see here. And walking then to her house, past the paddy fields, 3 crops a year, 3rd largest producer in the world. Then once we got there, a demonstration on how to cook, and we had to do preparation. This is for spring rolls. Here is Jam showing us what to do, and here we are doing it ourselves. So that was excellent.
And at the beginning, you take some sauce into the spoon to make it wet. Okay. Then you take a full spoon of rice. We hold 2 spoons like this, not like this. Okay, like this. Empty spoon underneath the rice. Other spoon, stand it up and sweep it down. Okay. Under, stand, sweep it down. This. You have to keep redo it about 2,000 times.
You've done that before, haven't you?
It's my first time.
Well done.
Okay, and when you would like to put it into the place, you just turn the spoon and you wait for the right drop. Okay? And
Bottom left, well, that's a disgrace. And I think so those French style hats as well. But we were happily making all the ingredients, and here's Faye with spring rolls and salads as well, so that was all good. And look, a romance, we were all very happy about that. And look, we're going to go off to an island, so we're on a boat going off to an island, and I think there was an awful lot of fighting during the war in this region. Didn't say very much about this. See, there's still a bit of old Vietnam around the place, but we were going on a bicycle tour, which makes me very happy. And this lady's very happy. She was with her husband making rugs. That was all explained to us. Enjoyed that. And then on to the next place. No, not to see pigs, but it was all about making rice wine. And the guy was absolutely fantastic here. He'd been a soldier in the Cambodian War, lost a leg, but was still very cheerful. We tasted his wares. It was delicious. And he sang for us.
Xung quanh đêm đêm vang vọng mãi sao mày nào chia tay hai đứa cùng ngày mai nó trôi trên cuộc đời.
You can see the fields being tilled by hand, saplings coming along, very rich land. This guy has been a soldier in the Vietnam War and had come back to make rice noodles, the best rice noodles that we had, and that's Faye with him looking good. And there we are on our bikes, and there's me not looking so good. It's our guide here, who's a nice man. And then we finished off traditional style, a lovely meal. And then this is the final photograph on the way back to the airport, the sun on the paddy fields. Thank you for listening. I hope you join me for a 3rd and 4th video. But for now, goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.